following a sequence. So, we talk about enzymes. So, collisions between the molecules increases as temperature increases, that is number 1. This is because molecules gain kinetic energy that flows right. With faster velocities, there will be less time between the collisions. The result is more molecules reach in the activation energy, which increases the rate of reaction. Since the molecules are also moving faster, collision takes between enzymes and substrate and also increasing till it reaches its optimum. The next property of enzymes. Enzymes are sensitive to pH. So, to start with, what is pH? pH is a rule where you find the acidity or the alkalinity of a substance. So, enzymes, for example, coming here. Now, this pepsin is also an enzyme which is acting on protein. Trypsin is also an enzyme which is acting on protein. So, the substrate is the same, but it does not work because they are very specific. Now, pepsin works only inside the stomach because stomach produces hydrochloric acid. So, we have a pH between 2 and 4. So, this enzyme can work only here, although the substrate is protein. Whereas, trypsin works only in alkali condition. Although the substrate is protein, it works only in alkali condition. So, this is working in the duodenum. So, enzymes are sensitive to pH. Either side of the optimum pH, enzymes can even get denatured since it is a protein. Then we will go through the question on this. What is the effect of pH on the enzyme activities? So, let us go through in an order. The pH scale is used to measure the acidity or the alkalinity of a sample. The change of pH will lead to the ionization of amino acids. Atoms and molecules change the shape and structure, hence damaging the functions of the proteins. Enzymes are affected by pH. The most favorable pH value, the point where the enzyme is most active, is called as the optimum pH. Extremely high or low pH values generally result in complete loss of activity in most form of enzymes. So, pH is also a factor in the stability of enzymes. So, when you try to write questions, answers, please follow a sequence, then only it will be easy for you to score marks. Now, I haven't spoken about the properties of enzymes and then how does it affect. Now, enzymes are very important. In our daily life at home, we use enzymes, right? Biological washing powders, these are very, very important. Why do you think biological washing powder should be produced? Because when we eat or even our dining table, the materials, there could be food droppings and which can stain our clothes. So, these stains can be removed only with the help of enzymes. Suppose if the oil is dropped in our clothes, then if the biological washing powder has lipase enzyme, it will be breaking down the solid molecule, that is the lipids, into fatty acids and glycerol, where they can diffuse out of the material and the stain can be removed. So, it is very important application of using enzymes in the biological washing powders. The next one, enzymes are used in the food industry. For example, now we are making juices at home by using a mixie. So, even if you make apple juice, even if you strain it multiple times, it is not very clear, is it? No, it is not very clear, right, because it is directly only by the thing. So, that means all the cell contents are not released. So, there is something called as pectin, I have discussed earlier. That is a glue which is sticking all the cell walls together. So, therefore, this pectinase helps to break down that. That is why when you get a Tetra Pak of apple juice, it is very clear. But when you make at home, it is not very clear. So, it is used in the food industry, even for the baby food products, and industry also. These are used, for example, they are used for leather, biofuels, rubber production, catalase is an enzyme, textile and paper production, right. And most of all, this Taq polymerase is using amplifying DNA found in crime scenes. So, they use this enzyme to detect it. And you can see from this diagram, enzymes are used in the production of alcohol when it undergoes fermentation. It is also used in the production of bread by the yeast. Yeast releases enzymes which helps to develop the carbon dioxide which makes the flour rise, and then it is production of cheese, baby food. So, these are all applications of enzymes. And then even today you find in the market where they have natural factors, where people are using these materials to regenerate life, to make us younger, and it is easier to break down some of these materials like protein rich foods, right. Then now I have gone through all the slides of teaching part. So, So, let us now test in the end of the lesson we should reflect our lessons. So, let us go through how many of you remember the terms which we used. So, here they say the diagram represents a enzyme reaction. So, from here these diagrams you should be able to find out what is the substrate, what is the product and what is the enzyme. So, looking at this you should know enzyme is where we have an active site. So, this could be the enzyme, and easiest way, even if you are not sure enzyme is substrate, you must always find out first thing number 1 is Y, which is the products. So, looking at the answer here products Y. So, that means the answer is C. Sometimes you get confused. So, there is a way of even answering multiple choice. If you are not very sure of the right answer, go in for the distractors where you know for sure it is the wrong answer. Then you will get the right answer. So, here the products you know it is very familiar. So, you go in for C as your answer. Then here earlier also I discussed a food stain on the tablecloth is where meat is cooked and oil has been spilled. It is washed in a biological washing powder. Biology means living, so it is chemicals. Which combination of enzymes should be in the washing powder to remove the stain? So, earlier we discussed about naming the enzymes. So, if you have followed that slide, definitely you will know. What is meat? Meat is a protein, and oil, it is fats and oil. So, it should be a protein digesting enzyme and a lipid digester. From here, what are the, so if you look through, amylase is not, so lipase, and then protease. So, the answer should be B. Now, so much of knowledge we are imparting, but you need to digest it and you should be able to apply this in your daily lives or in your exam papers. Every exam paper you will not have all the examples given by the teacher in the classroom, how well your teacher is teaching or how much you are absorbing. So, let us go through from this. See, banana slices turn brown because of an enzyme activity, that is a keyword. So, any question anywhere you will find a stem a keyword. So, it is an enzyme activity. To slow down the browning, we may add a little bit of lemon juice to the banana slice. Suggest, this is suggestion, how this helps to slow down the browning. Why do you think this is slow down in the process? So, what is your concept here? What did you learn here? We learned enzymes are specific. So, here what are they adding? Lime juice. That means it is acidic. So, this is sensitive to pH. Do you remember that slide? So, enzymes are sensitive to pH. So, therefore, the browning stops because enzymes are denatured at that point. The next living example, a boiled and an unboiled apple are peeled and exposed to the air. One of them turned brown, but not the other. Suggest which apple has been boiled and support your answer with an explanation. So, there are two apples, one boiled and unboiled. So, what is the property are we talking about? This is how you start thinking to answer. What is the property we are talking about? Boiling, it is including heat. So, this is temperature. So, when enzymes are subjected to high temperatures, it denatures, active site does not work at all. So, there is no chemical reaction. So, the boiled apple will remain neat and nice, whereas the unboiled one will become decolorized color because the reaction is taking place. Now, since you are at home, I call this as isolation challenge. So, you have a lot of topics you are going through of different subjects, but during the time this is easy way for you to learn, because every time reading notes is not very, we are not very happy to do it, right. So, let us go through. This is an advertisement to promote a soap. I just given just an advertisement, there is nothing more into that. You are the one who is going to decorate it, right, for me. So, it is a soap promote powder that contains biological catalyst. Find out the advantage of having a biological catalyst, that is number 1. Either come up with a short writer, a creative writing, or you can draw cartoons to illustrate how this is the best soap powder, and once you finish it, you can just exchange within your classmates, you can send it to your teacher. This could be a good teaching aid. The second question, this is more based on the examination point of view. You can go on with this. This is an ATP paper of 2019, the last paper, question number 1. So, can you do this paper and then you can send it to your teachers wherever you are, whichever school you are. Definitely we are there to help you, to guide you. And before I conclude my lesson, further I have given some links. These links are very beautiful videos on enzyme reaction. I hope you will watch it so you can get it to become more clear. And this is the end of my lesson today. I hope you have absorbed some of it and wish to see you again in the near future. Have a good day. Thank you.
Share